Curtailment.
It's a word you've heard a lot lately.
But it might not mean what you think it does.
We'll break it down.
Hello and welcome to Season 2, Episode 18 of the award-winning HUTV, Huntsville Utilities Television. I'm Todd, joined as always by the Bonnie to my Clyde and the Jekyll to my Hyde, Amanda.
Hey, everybody.
You'll notice our set looks a little different today.
That's because we've got some projects in the works you'll be hearing about very soon.
And, we felt, take the opportunity to change things up a bit anyway.
Yep, so stay tuned because we've got an exciting announcement coming later this summer.
Yes, we do. But in the meantime, we want to remind you that HUTV would not be possible without the support of our sponsors. And here with this week's sponsor is the life-sized cardboard cutout of our president and CEO, Wes Kelly.
This week's episode of HUTV is brought to you by Nail Polish. Paint your nails, paint your toes, or fill in that scratch on your car. Nail Polish.
Thank you, Flat Wes. We've been talking a lot about hot weather lately, and by the time this episode is done, I think we'll be talking about it some more.
Yes, but first we need to dive a little deeper in curtailment.
Yeah, earlier this month, the Tennessee Valley Authority asked for voluntary curtailment due to the hot weather, and a lot of you had some opinions on that.
And some of the things we were seeing online weren't exactly correct.
So we want to clear up some of that misunderstanding.
First off, curtailment is just a fancy way to say conserve energy.
Specifically, conserving energy when it's most in demand across the TVA system.
Now, we realize that may seem a bit counterintuitive, asking you to cut down your energy use when you need it the most.
And that's where some of the misunderstanding comes in. You see, TVA was not asking you to just sit in a dark room with your air conditioner off during the hottest part of the day.
Right. All they're asking you to do is operate electric items that absolutely need to be run and look for ways to cut back on others.
Right, like washers and dryers, dishwashers, things like that. They don't have to be run during the busiest part of the day.
Yeah, you can delay running those to when electric demand is not as high.
And that actually helps save you money because those appliances also generate heat. And that heat makes your air conditioner work harder to keep your house cool.
And speaking of which, a lot of people also commented that TVA was asking them to not run their AC, and that also wasn't true.
No, all they were asking you to do was to set your air conditioner at a higher setting if you could, to cut back on your energy use.
Which also saves you money. But it's important to remember that, and as we've said it before, that if your health condition, small children or elderly people in your home, it's just not comfortable at the higher setting, then don't do it. This is a voluntary curtailment.
But just remember, the more you run your AC, the higher your bill is going to be.
Also, there were many comments regarding electric cars and curtailment.
Yeah, people were implying that here's TVA asking us to curtail our energy use, and then in a day or so they're going to be pushing electric cars, and how do those two things work together?
But see, that's the misunderstanding. Most people who own electric cars don't charge them until the evening when the electric demand is lower.
Right. It's just like the appliance issue from earlier. Charge it during times of day when electric demand is not so great, and it's not an issue.
Right. So that, in a nutshell, is curtailment. Again, it's only voluntary, but the more people who participate, the better it is for all of us.
Now, we have a page about curtailment on our website, and if you have any additional questions, you can post them in the comments.
Now, there's another important issue about summer utilities that we need to talk about.
Yeah, as we all know, things are costing more now.
Gasoline, groceries, you name it, and the price has gone up.
Yeah, now Huntsville Utilities' electric rate is based in large part on the fuel costs that are passed along from the Tennessee Valley Authority.
And by fuel costs, we mean that price TVA pays to cover the cost of power generation.
Now, of course, the TVA is known for its robust hydropower network of dams, but that's not the only form of renewable energy they have that generates our power.
Right. They also have 14 solar energy sites and 1 wind energy site.
Yeah, but you take all that renewable energy and put it together, and it's still not enough to power the entire TVA service area. So they also have power plants that run on nuclear, natural gas, and other forms of fuel.
Yeah, the price of those fuels is what makes up the fuel cost.
Now, this cost varies month to month, usually by no more than a few tenths of a cent.
But worldwide events and supply chain issues, TVA's fuel adjustment for June has increased 2.715 cents, and in July it will increase 3.8 0.829 cents.
Now, these adjustments mean the per kilowatt hour charge for Huntsville Utilities electric customers will be approximately 11 cents per kilowatt hour instead of the usual 9.
Now, 2 cents doesn't really sound like much, but the more electricity you use, the more it will add up.
So again, we want to remind you, and we're going to remind you of this all summer long, do what you can to cut back on your electricity use and lower your utility costs.
And we have information on our website about how you can do this, and of course, we're always here to help answer questions that you might have about it.
Now, we're letting you know about this now, so you won't be surprised when that bill rolls in at the end of July and it's higher than you expected.
And now it's time for really cool utility news.
This is a new segment where we find a news story about utilities that we really enjoyed, and we think you will too.
Isn't this just the week in utilities?
Yes, it is, but I decided to change the name. Anyway, this week's story of real cool utility news comes to us from Sweden and is about one of Amanda's favorite household chores, laundry.
Oh, of course, with 3 kids. Right.
Yeah. Well, have you ever gotten so frustrated with your laundry that you just wanted to grab the washing machine and just chuck it out the window?
No, maybe the laundry basket.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, maybe you should give it a shot because Swedish strongman Johan Espen Krona broke a Guinness World Record recently when he threw a washing machine 14 feet, 7.2 inches.
The previous record was 13 feet, set by a Lithuanian strongman whose name I can't even pronounce.
Yeah, the record was broken during a washing machine throwing contest on a TV show in Milan.
So if you want to check out this video, we'll put the video down in the comments of washing machine throwing.
Yeah, now before we go, we want to remind you that all contestants not appearing on stage receive fabulous parting gifts, including the new HUTV Chopmaster 3000. It slices, dices, and juliennes whole fruits and vegetables quickly and easily. You'll be cooking like a pro in no time. Slice whole onions without shedding a tear and turn healthy foods into tasty treats the kids will love. For instance, clean in any dishwasher and store it flat in any drawer. The HUTV Chopmaster 3000. That's our show for this week. But don't worry, we'll be back soon with another episode.
And be sure to like and subscribe and click the bell so you never miss another video.
Indeed. So until then, I'm Todd for Amanda, Flat West, and all of us at the award-winning HUTV saying thanks for watching, and remember, you can't spell utilities without you.